Hello, beautiful people of our new earth. My name is Anne-Marie, and I'm preparing to receive a group of seekers and students for the launch of my new paradigm training academy called InStasis. I have this unique way as a reflector to take in information from the people around me, and basically I build up a library of archetypal patterns and then reduce the interplaying dynamics into a clear and concise roadmap. Are you familiar with the Netflix series Book of Boba Fett? At some critical juncture point, Grogu sits before a choice point where he needs to decide if he will choose the lightsaber of a Jedi lineage or the armor of a Mandalorian. The lightsaber represents the known path of a Jedi, where you will be taught to master the Force. If you choose the armor, you will be reunited with his guardian, the Mandalorian. The Mandalorian is a rebel, now finding his own way by committing himself to his own values and creating his future path one step at a time. My 10-year-old daughter debated against me that Grogu will choose the Mandalorian. I disagreed because who will give up training that will enable them to direct the Force at will? Such power is the ultimate gain. Until I realized the next morning that we educate our children with the principles of self-directed education, also known as unschooling. No curriculum, no forced instruction. They are free to follow their hearts, their passions, and their interests, lead them on their own unique path. This is the path of flow, of trust, of beingness, fully present in the moment. It's the path of the heart, the path of love. When I look back at my own path as a seeker of love, truth and beauty, I recognize that I too was once before this choice point, and that since I practice this choice daily. Will I follow the instructions of those yogis and gurus who came before me and commit mentally to the right choice? Or do I follow the mature rebel, the one who carves out my own unique path, committed to what inspires me, where my heart leads? This is not an easy choice. There is no clearly defined roadmap because this path is that of the unknown. The mind do not know what lies ahead. The mind cannot recommend parameters to define the engagement, to control the outcome. And it isn't simply blind trust and no mind either. So, in this video, I will attempt to lead you to the setup. So when you stand before the Grogu choice point, you are informed of the full extent of your choice. The 6 parameters to gauge your present moment choice point. 1. Service to self and service to others. Gauge. Are you loving and respecting yourself so that your cup remains full? And because of the overflow, you can give freely and compassionately to others. 2. Ask, is this a me or a you problem? For instance, you are in a situation where your emotions are triggered. Ask, is this problem because of me? Something I need to release or awaken within myself? Or is this a you problem? Meaning, you can clearly see you have nothing to learn from this problem, and it is clearly the other person who are bumping up against their own emerging ego. 3. Free will. Are you engaging in your own life, following your inner inspiration and acting on it? Co-creating with life, with action, not just mentally projecting your desired future outcome. 4. The threefold heart flame. Wisdom without love amounts to nothing. Love without power is weak. Power without wisdom becomes corrupted. The threefold heart flame helps us to nurture our unrealized wisdom, power, or love, so that all three can work in unison to co-create ethically and efficiently. 5. Are we dancing with the source creator, acting with our will and intent, the masculine, and receiving insight, direction, clues, intuition, gut feeling, the feminine, 6. The 3 levels of consciousness. Level 1. Life is happening to me. Here you are the victim and just reacting to what is happening to you. Or are you at the level where life is happening for me? Meaning, I understand I can direct and create my own reality by changing my beliefs and my attitude. Or are you operating from life is happening through me? Now, here you are on the path of flow, where you become a conscious co-creator. Now imagine you are walking up your mountain. The top of your mountain is your desired life. You see a cloud coming in and obscuring the path to the top. You know the top, the peak is still there, but the path is not clear. And you look down and notice down below is a city landscape representing the busyness, the survival of the fittest, the clocks, the deadlines, the thousands of choices to be made every day, responsibilities, bills, stress, the pressure of making it. You also notice that you are not walking so steeply uphill anymore. You are on a path that spirals conveniently and slowly upwards. But when you carefully analyze, you notice you haven't made much progress over the last years. Sure, you have had much comfort, well-being, tranquility, and time to be at leisure, to be at ease. But now that you are carefully looking at the situation, it's actually not a path you are on, more of a plateau, a flat level that lies underneath a cloud obscuring the peak of your mountain. Now you feel an uneasiness, a little bit of worry is creeping in. Are you on the right path that will lead to the top? Let's analyze this for a moment. On this plateau, you might experience these red flags. You feel lack of synchronicity, a nagging feeling of being disconnected from your own inner well of inspiration and well-being, or disconnected from source, or even disconnected from the people around you. You might feel uninspired, or you might feel a deep longing to be seen or to be heard, or even to be seen as one who has value. Like, you might feel all this greatness, insight, wisdom, love, and compassion inside yourself, but your outer reality is not reflecting back to you. It's like your outside reality doesn't match what is happening inside. On the plateau, you might long for vitality, zest, chutzpah, oomph, mojo, creativity, passion, clarity, inspiration. Let's look at the pitfalls of staying stuck on the plateau. You constantly have to apply mental dexterity to stay positive, receiving only your own thinking reflections on your situation. Your only known way forward is to hunt a goal by activating your adrenals, enslaving yourself to the max, to grind. But you know this is no longer the way forward for you. Let's look deeper into the idea of grinding, feeling like you need a great amount of energy to get the gear started up. Then you need a great amount of focus and determination to keep the gears turning. You do this by projecting yourself into a future outcome, or fully committing to the outcome and the expectations of the outcome. Or maybe you're overriding, you have to override resistance and override pain and feelings of unease and just go. Or maybe you know that you will have to completely let go of ease and leisure and calmness and tranquility. And that's why you do not want to choose the grind. You want to choose flow. Imagine you're the rain falling down over the mountain. You fall into the mountain stream, you flow down the mountain, over forces or other forces and streams join in, and together you become bolder, bigger. Sometimes there are obstacles, but you almost effortlessly flow around them, momentarily changing direction, but soon back on course, flowing onwards, easily, but with much force behind you, back to source, the ocean of love, your home, your desired state. This is the state of flow, this state of beingness in the present moment, filled with knowingness, grounded, connected, flowing forward, supported by the source of who you are, guiding you to reunite with the ocean of love, the place from where you come and the destination defined as a unique drop, authentic self, fully expressing in the reality of now. You might ask, what is the roadmap then to this flow state? So let's explore. The mind, your mind, is a library of built-up experiences you have gained throughout your life. All the teachings, learnings, and consequences of your actions are stored in your mind. When you ask your mind, what must I do? Your mind goes through your library of experiences and evaluate. This time this worked, this time that didn't work, so do this. But your mind is only capable to the level it has reconditioned itself. If you still have fear or insecurity programs in there, it will inform you from a state of fear or lack or even desperation. Even if it's the slightest drop of desperation, it has the power to completely throw you off course and make you choose a different timeline. So, trust is the opposite of fear, and the state of flow is built on trust. So rather ask your heart what to do. Deeply feel how you feel about the situation, because your feelings are your natural feedback response mechanism to tell you if you like what is in front of you. Your feelings comes through your heart center and access a much wider field of information. Your feelings are connected to the higher self, to the source field. It knows your soul purpose, your soul contracts with the people around you, what is lying just in front of you. It can guide you into the unknown. It can lead you beyond the scope of your mind. Your feelings that surface through your heart center are connected with the heart coherence field of everyone. It's aware of your soul song that are bound to the soul song of Mother Earth. So, but if you follow your own feelings of what feels right, you can trust that what you are about to do is automatically good for you and everyone else. This is how you access flow. Here we come to the divine triad, the feminine that receives, the masculine that directs and acts on insight, or acting on insight. And this insight can be inspiration too. And the higher self, the third point, is the one that remains in neutrality in the present moment. It is where the masculine and feminine comes into a balanced state, unite and co-create. During ecstatic meditation-induced trance, the ancient saints sketched the universe. Look, it's the feminine womb receiving the feelings from the womb of all potentiality, and the masculine penetrating with his intent, with action, with the direction of his divine will. This is the evolutionary step we are all engaging in at this moment in time. It is like the transition from Neanderlander to Homo sapien. Some call this new Homo, this new human, Homo luminous, or Homo eros. Maybe it's more something like Homo co-creator, or Homo creator in alignment with Earth. So let's call it Homo Ephor, author of our new Earth. Our new Earth, where we act as one, in flow, connected through the heart coherence field, acting from receiving our feelings, effortlessly flowing, merging, creating new avenues to flow together to return to the ocean of love. Let's look at the pitfalls on the path of Homo Ethos. Up until some point on our journey, we are able to engage with our reality through a solely positive lens, engaging beliefs such as everyone in my reality is a reflection of something inside myself. Or maybe, I can be happy anywhere. Or even, everything is perfect. Then, when you reach the plateau and you feel you need to make changes to ascend your mountain, you might want to release fixed beliefs so that you can access from the wider field of information conveyed through your feelings. It is these feelings that will be the fuel that guide you through the cloud to ascend to your desired place. Let's break down these beliefs. If you apply ideas like, everyone in my reality is a reflection of something inside myself, you use mental dexterity to override your crucial true feelings that are wanting to inform you about the true essence of your reality. From the higher vantage point, we are all reflections of each other. We all are formed through the archetypes that make up the collective psyche, and we can always learn from the journey of another by reflecting on how their journey is relevant to how we perceive ourselves. This is true universal understanding. But at some stage, the master stops healing and enters the healed state. Here, the unease you feel when you are in the presence of another is a natural feedback response to inform you that this interaction is not healthy for you. If you apply, I can be happy anywhere, you are applying mental dexterity and override your true feelings, trying to inform you and guide you to the true place of your soul's destiny. From the universal truth perspective, you can be happy anywhere, but when you are seeking guidance to move somewhere else, because you are seeking something, you need to allow the feelings of discomfort to guide you to where you want to be. If you apply an idea like everything's perfect, you are overriding your feelings that are informing you about aspects of your reality that's no longer needed or in service to you. Yes, from the higher vantage point, everything is perfect, even the imperfect that is causing you the unease, and the avoidance of a source that causes the unease, making you choose something more in alignment with your inner desire. Overriding present moment awareness through the lenses of fixed beliefs can be an obstacle to fully access the flow state, because we may think that the flow state is only feeling positive feelings. But imagine once again the mountain stream flowing to the universal ocean. When it comes face to face with an obstacle, it doesn't negate the obstacle as if the obstacle isn't there. It finds a path around the obstacle. We are an evolving species. We are going into uncharted waters. Yes, we built on the knowledge of those masters who came before us, but ultimately we are becoming masters ourselves. The doors to the occult, the hidden information, are open, and we are each being initiated by our higher selves to become masters ourselves. This is the Grogu choice. Are you choosing the mental path of the teachings of the yogis whose lineage can be yours? Or are you a child of a rebel archetype under guardianship of your inner Mandalorian, carving out a new path, a path where your every moment becomes an inspired act of co-creation? Your every decision is a meditation where you receive a feedback through your heart center and then carefully act with your ethics and morality fully intact. I ask my deck of archetypal patterns to show me the archetypes that will provide guidance for us to walk this path. 4 cards jumped out. The goddess represents life force, sensuality, what feels good, and focusing on that. The mediator, respect for both sides of human interaction. With understanding, you move into neutrality, remaining present to receive and to act in alignment with what is best for all involved. The warrior. Strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will. Here it's not a battlefield of the mind. It's about becoming fearless, no desperation, allowing what is no longer needed to die, staying true to what is right for you, honoring your soul, you honoring what feels right for you, sticking to your own compass, you navigating your own path. The guide. The guide takes the role of teacher to a spiritual level, universalizing the message so it becomes an archetypal blueprint or roadmap for others to use when needed. Here it's no longer a personal experience between individuals, but rather the awareness of a pattern that plays out between archetypes and how the wisdom gained can be in service to many others stuck in the same pattern. The messages of a guide are formed through the overarching principle of seeing the divine in every aspect of life, seeing both sides as it is, the shadow, the unknown darkness, interplaying with the light, the release. It's not always easy to witness the full extent of the darkness pulling us into an experience, but the wisdom gained when you receive the full extent of a reality and can allow yourself to feel everything, it is what makes this path and this journey on earth worthwhile. Clearly, you do not have to be a professional teacher or preacher or guru to have the archetype of a guide, because we can all learn to lead others spiritually through developing our own intuitive spiritual awareness and passing on whatever we have learned with genuine humility. The guide represents the ripening of natural insight and the acceptance of what is, allowing one to pass that wisdom on to others. Grogu ends up rejecting the teachings of a powerful legacy of the Jedi Masters and instead follows his heart and joins his guardian, the Mandalorian, on his path into the unknown. The Empire's attempt to regain control is weak. There is no guilt to belong to, and no safety in numbers. The Mandalorian has only his own inner guidance to rely on. This is the legacy that Grogu will receive, becoming masterful by way of expressing life fully without any defense strategies or safety protocols. Totally vulnerable, but with the strength and support of Source Creator accessible in every moment, each and every time. If you are interested in joining my training academy, please like and subscribe this video and follow the link in the description box. I'm looking forward to meet you. My name's Anne-Marie and thank you so much.